Howdy, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Hope y'all doing okay. So I did something that I hope means something, but I did something I've never done before. I went and voted. I went and voted today. I am just leaving my polling place. And, oh, for Pete's sakes. I've said before, but I'm going to try to make this one brief. I don't have a lot of time today. I'm not making a long distance commute to work or anything like that. But I've said before, I think that you can make a strong case against the Biden and Trump campaigns. I think on Trump, the case against him is more personality and character. I think on Biden, the case against is more policy and potentially mental health. I don't think that he is 100% there all the time. I was watching one of his most recent rallies in Michigan or Minnesota. I'll admit it was clipped, but he said that he believes, like Barack Obama, that everybody has the right to Body-Cough care. And the closest thing I could come up with to what he meant to the words he said is bought a cop car, and believe it or not, it is a right. I almost bought a cop car 10 years ago. But the guy wanted too much money, so I didn't, but I had the right to buy a cop car. He also said that he was going to unleash the full or something like that. So I do think there's an argument that Joe Biden may not be 100% there mentally. Hang on. I think there's an argument that Trump is not the sharpest tool in the shed either. I do think that if you look at Trump and Biden strictly on policy and effectiveness while they were in elected office, that you would find, whether you agree with his policies or not, Trump is pretty darn effective at being president. I think that the case for Trump is there from strictly a policy perspective, not when he gets out and does his speech and campaign rallies and Twitter, for Pete's sakes. I also think that the case for Trump is there based solely on policy. I think that the case for Biden on policy is much weaker because there's not a policy perspective that he's stood behind over time. But what I did is I voted straight Libertarian. Joe Jorgensen 2020, I voted for the Libertarian candidate for my Senate. That race is between Mitch McConnell and Amy McGrath. So you've got Mitch, Turtle, Cocaine, McConnell, or retired Marine mother Amy McGrath, whose policies on abortion I can't get behind. And so I just voted straight Libertarian Party. Now, I know that the Libertarian Party doesn't necessarily oppose abortion, but they're a fan of getting government out of all the things. So if I had to choose which position was to be pulled forward in abortion, I would actually choose the Libertarian side because, okay, you want a medical procedure, fine, you find a doctor, and you and him agree to a price, and you pay for a medical procedure. Now, personally, I think abortion is murder, but you and your doctor come to an agreement on a price for it, not funded or subsidized or whatever through taxpayers, which Joe Biden was against and is now okay with. So I don't think that Biden is principled on any of his decisions. I personally think that he's subject to the whims of those around him. My opinion. So I think that a lot of politicians that have been playing the political game for years are subject to the more radical elements of their base. So, for example, you take there are a handful of arguments I'm willing to hear on gun control. As an example, I don't really want to hear the argument that everybody can own a gun, I don't care what. The most radical pro-gun argument or the most radical anti-gun argument. I think the answer lies somewhere in the middle. But I think that the Republican and Democrat talking points on these issues have just been so overplayed and so used over the years that even if you have a talking point that is backed by data, you won't get anywhere with it. So, straight libertarian, and I voted for the names that I knew personally for other local offices or just the people running unopposed, because I figured they're going to get it anyway. So, straight libertarian ticket on all the big stuff and first name basis on the other stuff. That's all I got to say, folks. Probably be back a little later today. I want to make sure that this gets up for election day. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care if you vote for Kanye West. I don't care if you vote for Joe Jorgensen. I don't care if you vote for Joe Biden. I don't care if you vote for Trump. The thing I care about is don't vote for them just because of the independent, Democrat, Republican, or Libertarian next to their name. Have a reason beyond party affiliation to vote for whoever you're going to vote for. That's all I ask. And in future elections, I think that's all anyone can ask. I don't care who you support, so long as you can have at least one rational reason why you think that they would be a good president aside from their party affiliation and all the tropes about political parties. That's all I got for today, folks. Stay safe. Go vote. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you next time.